guys, it's Casey here. I'm here with my boy Tyler, 9-0 regional winner. Congrats, my man. Any shout outs before we do this deck profile?
Got a lot. So shout out to Adon first, helped me build the deck. We did some last minute testing and stuff, came up with some things I was a little shaky about, but convinced me to go for it. Otherwise, we'll get into that stuff. That's all my friends in CYAC, Roseville, Team NLA. Thank you for doing the video as well. Shout out to my girlfriend. I love you. Thank you for being supportive and doing everything. Everybody from CYAC, there's so many of you guys. You know who you are. You're all very, very supportive. I appreciate you guys, each and every one of you.
Check out nextlevelanime.com. Great apparel, great price, 10% off. You use code RPA. Thank you guys. What'd you end up playing, Tyler?
So I played Kashtira.
Sounds good.
Still feel like it's one of the strongest choices right now. When the deck is able to play, if you can play, then you're able to have a pretty good win rate. So
that's one of the things I always tell people. Just read Kashtira Fenrir, and you'll understand why this deck's good. Like that card's crazy.
3 Fenrir, 3 Unicorn, 1 Rise Heart. I've been playing 1 for the longest time. I have not missed the second. It comes up so rarely, but I just like this deck has a brick problem. It's always been the issue with it, and playing more doesn't solve that. 1 Scareclaw, 1 Ogre for the trap, 3 Ash, 3 Shifter, and 2 Droll. These were essentially our turn skips against Super Heavy Samurai going second, and then any other combo deck that needed the graveyard. We played a little bit of going second cards, not too many, but we mostly wanted to play on the hand front, not necessarily with back row. The MVP of the day for me, hands down, was Gamma. It's just got so much application going second, but going first, being able to high roll into Omega, it's just a blowout card. And then of course the 1 Driver, which I only drew 1 time today, and the 1 time I drew it, I did summon it. Spells, 3 Planet, 1 Terraforming at standard, 3 Theosis, 3 Birth, 3 Pot, 2 Tactics, and 2 Books. These were our going second cards. We also figured that these can be going first because everyone's manning a million hand traps right now. In the hands where we're able to continue to play, then we can look in their hand, and looking in the hand in this deck gives so much advantage because then you know what you need to play around. That's the other issue with this deck, is what cards are you going to build your board to beat, because there's so many cards that beat this deck. So knowing which cards they have just puts you so far ahead. Books, we felt the mirror was prevalent enough to where we wanted cards like these. Booking Diameter's broken. Soul Piercer is a really good interaction too, so it cuts them off from rotation from that, so that also buys you more turns. 2 Traps. Haven't played Prep for a really long time. When Shifter's on and they kill a Rise Heart, you're able to bring it back. So everybody's playing a lot more hand traps, so you have to make a lot more pivots in the deck as before. Before it was like, you don't have 2 hand traps, which nobody was playing a lot of, or if they didn't have Nib, then you're making a big board. But you're just getting hand traps so much that pivoting into Ogre happens a lot more.
Real quick, how good was Big Bang for you?
Oh, Big Bang was insane.
It's like one of the best cards in the deck, right, Kyle?
He's a doo-doo head. I think this card can go, but he's also 3 locking and 5 locking. I was never doing that.
I only 5 locked 1 time, and the only reason I went for it is because I had like a 27-minute game 1, and then we were going into game 2, and I was like, the only way I'm winning this match is if I zone lock, it works, and then I win game 3, which is what happened, fortunately. Yeah, no, I'm just doing standard Rise Heart Mind Hacker or a Rise Heart Fenrir. And the extra deck's pretty standard. 3 or Rise Heart. I know people are cutting down on this. It's your boss monster. I just don't agree with it. 3, just play 3, it makes it easy. 2 Shang, that's standard. 1 Mind Hacker, 2 Zeus, 1 Big Eye, Dark Arm, 1 Baron, 1 Omega. I made this like 3 times today, and every single time it won me the game. Donner comes up with tokens and stuff like that. Didn't come up today. And then 2 Prosperity targets. Goliath for when they play Gamma. Skull Warrior. Side deck, we were siding the 6th turn skip, which is the Droll. 3 Crow. Has a lot of coverage between like Purely, Math Mech. It hits Super Heavy Samurai because you get to take the Soul Piercer out of rotation, so this was really good. 3 Santa Claus. These were Kaijus. I figured it'd have a little bit more application with tributing off Iblis and things like that.
Also just hits the random sprite decks that are still in the format, hits the turtle that just doesn't like Kashtira play. So having that just tribute over it, plays around the turtle is also really good too.
Yeah, it just takes out problem cards. This deck can sometimes struggle with is just big boss monsters. 3 Cosmic, just standard back row removal. It's good in the mirror. It's a lot of people cite Floodgates, anti-spell and stuff, so these typically come in either 2 or 3 of when going second. 3 Dark Rulers. I didn't cite these at all today, but I still love the card. I think there's too many bomber decks in the format. Even though hand traps, the idea is to stop them from getting there to the big bomber boards. Having these in between opening 2 hand traps or Dark Ruler.
It's always good because even if you shifter the Samurai deck, they're still going to make a Baguska, so you still have to deal with that card, right?
Yeah.
So Dark Ruler helps you there.
Kashtira inherently deals with, because they have Scareclaw,
Right.
which it's not a guaranteed thing that you're always going to be able to go for, but there is a good percentage of the time you will be able to out it. Then the last 2 cards were 2 Econs. I was terrified of Ibli, people putting stuff on my field, so I wanted something on the deck list that could deal with that. This was a thrust and a pointer last second, but again, shout out to Adon, he convinced me that these were needed.
He's the reason you got to worry about Gold Pride summoning the Duster that gets you the token, and then you just don't get to play anymore. So, yeah, I wasn't manly enough to play Econ, but I was terrified of playing Gold Pride Punk. That's like the worst matchup for you.
Yeah, I didn't want to have nothing on my deck list for people who put stuff on my field. Yeah, that's it.
Well, thank you so much, Tyler. Again, congrats, 9-0.
Appreciate it.
Did it. Have a good one, guys.
Thank you.